Today's date is January the 19th of 2022. Hello, my name is Larry D. Reid, and I'm the host of Larry Live. And if you are watching me right now, that means that you are a patron. This is an exclusive live that's only for patrons. You have to be a patron. If you're watching me and you're not a patron, you're really not supposed to be in here. I want to invite you to sign up to go to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live and become a patron. Let me tell you why you need to become a patron. Listen to me. There are going to be so many things that will be transpiring this year. One major thing is we are about to have our Reformation experience. And let me tell you, I know you guys may not know this, but your donations, your commitment to prayer and following the prophetic word and being in this prophetic exchange is the reason why everything that the MBN network does is done at the level and the caliber that it has been done and is being done. And because of your donations, because of you seeding and giving, we're able to do what we are doing. And what we did last year, it had not been done before. There is no online, 100% online ministry that has put on an event that was as stellar as we did. That was you and me. I want everybody to type something my aunt used to say all the time. When anybody done something great, to encourage everybody supporting each other, she would say, "Go us." I want y'all to type that in there and say, "Go us," because it was us. It was us working together as a team. It was us also hand in hand with God and the vision that He had given me and what it needed to be. And it has changed lives. I want you to think about if you were there, when your mind rolled back to whether it was Friday night or Saturday, but particularly that 18th day, July the 18th, and think about what you felt. Even now, here it is 6 months later, you can go back in your mind and begin to feel. If you hear a clip from Reformation, you can begin to feel. You received an impartation. This event in July, I want you to know that it is one of heaven's designated spaces and places where it knows it must come to earth and kiss it. And we get to be in that space and in that place. And I know this year is going to be 10 times better than last year. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know something great is going to transpire. And it's because of you guys that we were able to do what we did last year. And the entire gospel community and secular community saw what transpired. And they are anticipating what is going to be happening at Reformation Experience. First of all, are they going to do it again? They already know we're going to do it again. But they're looking to see what it's going to be. And many are going to participate. I'm seeing people sign up for Patreon and they're not hiding it from me that they're signing up. They say, I'm signing up so then that Sunday morning, I can be there with you guys on Sunday morning. I want all of you that are here. Number one, I want you to be on the prayer line every single morning. Number two, I want this in order. I also want you to be on this 2 hours of prayer thing. I want you to stay in this vein of prayer. I know some of you may not be doing the 2 hours, you're working your way up to it, but what it does, you're probably praying more than you ever have in your life. That's what I suppose to get you to do. And I want all of you guys to really set your intention towards being here on July the 15th, 16th, and the 17th. This is going to, you need to be, if you were here last year, you got to be here this year. If you came into that space last year, you know what I'm talking about. If you were not there last year, I don't care if you only can get there on Sunday morning. You have to be there Sunday morning. That's the time when I stand up and all that is That means LRL, the prayer line, and everything God been depositing in me for all these years. All of that's going to come through that pulpit and that impartation. That's where the impartation comes from. Now, we get impartation through the fellowship that Friday was. It's going to start. This is what I suggest for you. I'm going to tell you what I suggest for you to do. Now, if you have given between January the 1st and June the 1st, anything north $4,800, you can come to the event. Now we only have a few seats reserved, so you have to be one of the first ones to get the 4,800. We already have 60 chairs are gone. Where we are allotting a certain amount. You get to be in the entire event. You don't have to worry about your hotel. You don't have to worry about any of your tickets getting to any of the events that we have planned that entire weekend. You just get there, and that's it. Now, let's suppose that I'm not going to be able to get the 4,800, but you're a patron. So when we release the link, and the link is going to be coming out by the end of the month, when we release the link, go ahead on and register and get your ticket so for you to be there at least that Sunday morning. You can still come in that Friday or that Saturday and just be around in Atlanta. And then meet me Sunday morning. You got to be there Sunday morning in your all white, because it's going to be phenomenal. I want you to type in here, it's going to be phenomenal. I want to see every last one of you. Anybody I've ever prophesied to, any of the pastoral elders that are care pastors. Excuse me, I went way back saying pastoral elders that call you and prophesy to you. We want to see you. And I love the way last year when Bishop stood and he received the offering, he had me to stand down there, and I was able to shake hands and hug and put names with faces. That was probably, for me, the epitome of the event. The connection that we have established through prayer, through doing communion together, which we got to do again, praying together. We have established a spiritual nexus and a spiritual community. And that's the Patreon community. And then we have Reformation Church of Atlanta, to where we are actually coaching your life and in your life, and you're getting counseled through the care pastors. These layers of covenant, man, it's more phenomenal and powerful and potent than anything I ever experienced in 20 years of pastoring. And I would see the same people every Wednesday, every Sunday. This is more intimate. It is more impactful. And I see people growing. This is amazing to me. So I want to see you there on July the 17th, at least. Everybody, go ahead and plan. Go ahead and take it off. Go ahead and get the ticket. That's when the window is going to be open in the wave. Get there. We're going to start next month. Go ahead and stack and test, because every event we testing everybody before they come in. We're still going to be wearing our mask, as far as I know right now. I think we're still probably going to be wearing our masks, and probably have a little bit of social distancing as well. But the test for me just assures that nobody in here is spreading in the COVID. Wearing the mask, I'm probably going to still ask everybody to wear a mask. But if you take a mask down, at least we know there ain't nobody in there got no COVID. We want to create a very safe space and place. So that is going to be phenomenal. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. You have not had an experience like this before, especially in 2022. We're fasting concerning it. We're already in prayer and consecration 2 hours a day. It's going to be phenomenal. So I want to see all of you guys there. All right. All right. So I just wanted to get it off my chest, because that's been on my mind as I'm running up these streets with my spiritual pappy. I supposed to be in here. I was late because of him. He think he's gonna keep me up tonight. The devil is a lie. It's not happening because I didn't sleep last night to get here. I surprised him good too, you guys. I snuck in there and Pastor Flowers. He was just talking about something, and then he turned the corner, and I was standing there. Bishop face went. I mean, he held it for a while. He said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you've done this to me." Oh my God. I mean, it was a whole thing. I love surprising him. No, because he always asking me to come. We was in Orlando, and I was like, I'm thinking about it, and I never, because I walked to my own drumbeat. And just so happened yesterday when me and Nathan were together, and he asked about me coming, which I always wanted to see him, but I am as I am. Some places I don't like going. And so I was like, I want to go to Orlando, but I should have went on it. I just wanted in the mood to go. And so, but I wanted to go because I love to be where he's at. But I just am as I am. And so I love to surprise. I got him really good, and he was extremely happy. We had great conversation, great fellowship. It was wonderful. Okay, so that's the reason why that I was late, was all his fault. All right, so I want you guys to be very mindful about, even in your 2 hour prayer time, I want you to be sending the angelic host and positive energy and speaking the word of the Lord and concerning the atmosphere when we get together there, particularly on July the 17th. It is going to be phenomenal. Now, on this past Sunday, we started a conversation, and I want to finish that conversation. Bishop Jordan may be coming into the chat tonight. I did mention to him, sending him the link. So he may be coming into the chat to just talk exclusively to us. So let me go ahead and begin to talk about what we talked about on Sunday. I do want to remind you guys, the Build Your Immune System Health Challenge. Don't forget that. Doing your vitamins. Please don't forget that. And please remember to do the N95 when you KN95 when you're wearing your mask. There's other thing I want to remind you guys about. Maybe the rest of what will come to me. But I just want you guys to be really taking care of yourself. Oh, and make sure you go ahead and order your test. You're going to get 4 free from the government. If you go ahead and put all your information in. Use these tests when you're about to come around something. I need to say something because I even heard educated person make this dumb statement. So we all vaccinated, we fine. I said, just because we vaccinated don't mean we can't bring COVID-19 in here. Who told you that? But I can still bring COVID-19 right up in here. I'm like, and you a whole doctor. But it's a different kind of doctor. So that's why when y'all see the doctors out here saying this and that about COVID, if they're not a certain kind of doctor, it don't even make no difference what they're saying, no way. I'm a doctor, D-men, have a D-man and a doctor in theology, a master's in Christian counselor, have a MDiv as well. So I got 2 masters, 2 doctorates, and then my undergrad stuff, my bachelor stuff. But I'm not a medical doctor. I only can tell you when it comes down to the scriptures, when it comes to spiritual stuff. That's all my stuff, the operations of the ministry. That's what my degrees are in. So just cause you a doctor don't make you expertise in every darn thing. And I heard some folks saying some stupid stuff. So if you say, oh, the whole family get vaccinated so we can then have, our thing over there to the house, that don't mean nothing. Make sure nobody knows in there, because that's what it is in this part of your respiratory system, where them droplets and stuff go out there into the air, somebody get something. So make sure you test folk. I'm gonna tell you, I told Lot the other day, I said, we're going up here with Bishop and they are not testing in this here apartment. I said, so we really chancing it, which I do not like to do. But we was over there, and the Bishop said everybody's being real careful. So okay, now if I go back home and with something on me, I'm gonna cuss. I am. All of y'all, because every last one of y'all not. And so make sure you're wearing your mask, and when you get together, just have some kind of precaution. Okay. All right. there's that. Okay, so let's go ahead into this conversation concerning Sunday. Now, if you were not on the prayer line Sunday, you're not gonna know. Oh my God! Somebody said I'm so happy I ordered my N95s a couple of weeks ago because I went to reorder. They're all sold out. Well, that's the point of having a prophet, because it was said here in August that we were going into a dark period. Now, Master Prophet had already prophesied 2020 about February 2022. Now, y'all do remember that. I want y'all to become like really clear when it comes to the integrity of the prophetic that you guys get to be around. I invite you. I bring Rosalind here. I bring Bishop Jordan here. I bring other experts here. He said that's this in 2020. In 2020, I said 2022 was going to be. Now my food is here, so y'all gonna have to eat with me. I'm going to tell you that because I have not eaten. And the devil is 10 lies, 3 deceptions, and 2 not telling the truth. If you think I'm gonna sit right here and do this teaching and this midweek stretch and be hungry, the devil is a lie. Anyway, then in December 2020, I mentioned to you guys about 2022 being partnership, 2021 singularity launching, blah, 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 blah. That's the integrity of the prophet. Now everybody's catching up, and we're seeing what we said come to pass. Bishop didn't know what I had said for 2022, and he talked about the doubling. And look at the 2022. 2022. That's duality and partnership and doubling. When you double something that goes from 1 to 2. So look at the integrity of the prophetic. Yes, that's Nathan. That's the only person to go on the road with me. He bringing everything in. Look at the integrity of the prophetic. Just sit with that for a little bit. We have always been ahead of what has been happening. Now, I can't speak for the other prophets. I just can't. But right here in these streets, the word of the Lord is true. Look what Bishop said about XPI and how people became millionaires off of that. Look, when I told you I got the inspiration about Moderna and the people that made hundreds of thousands of dollars with those Moderna moves. When Bishop spoke concerning Macy's, it was $6, now it's $25. When I spoke and I said something about McDonald's and how they were going to do plant-based and bam, and then it hit, because what I actually saw was the future, because I saw the headline. And then we ended up seeing the headline 7 months later, and then I posted in here in this place in here. And then there were other statements that have been made about, so many things just talking that have been prophetic guidelines. I remember February, I said, we're going to all be in masks and this is a pandemic. March, I said, this thing is airborne. Don't believe what they tell you on the TV, because they're not going to say airborne. They kept lying for months before eventually they end up saying aerosol, then airborne. In fact, I think they stayed away from the word airborne really altogether. You will hear it here and there. The integrity of the prophetic here. And then those of you that watched me years ago, 2015, I said 2020, the church is going to change forever. I also said churches need to begin to build online. Cyber churches need to become a leading thing. And then bam, it happened. Beginning of the 2016 election, I said I saw Donald Trump and I saw a hacking. I put it in my intro for LRL. The cyber hacking in Russia. And we put all of that into Charlton, that was working with us at the time, put it into the intro about the cyber attacks. And I said he will become the president when the other folk were lying, saying this other kind of stuff. I saw the splitting. Now that's in 2017. The parties, that's all online. I think them clips is actually on my IG for Larry Live. You got to go down there. Said there will be a split at the top. I remember being in the shower. I stepped out on the floor. When I did, it was a crack that went from one wall to the next. And I told the guys in the text, I said, God said there's going to be a split at the top. There's going to be a splitting of the parties. All the word of the Lord, the prophetic integrity can be charted and can be proven with the online content, posts, and videos. I want us to take a minute in this moment to be grateful and thankful towards God and just say, thank you, God. Because the stuff you got running around in your mind is not what these other people who have not been in a company of prophets, that stuff not running around in their mind. The D3 information, that stuff not running around in their mind. You've been under this for going on 2 years. Thank you, God, that he let me cross path with LRL. Thank you, God. LRL led me to Bishop Jordan. LRL led me to Dr. Amaral. I can't say the name. Dr. Jill. The Clarks. There's so many of you that's been hit by the people I'm brought in. I can't think about the name right now. So let's take a moment and just say thank you. Because we are not without light. We are not without direction. We are not. And for that, we give God praise. Now God is about to give us more intel. And this is why we're going into the 2 hours prayer. I want you to type more intel. Now, you may not hear anything while you pray. You may not see anything while you pray. But I'm telling you, you're getting into intel. Intel is coming. After you type more intel, I want you to type intel is coming. I feel like I'm on the verge of getting more information concerning some things, not just as it relates to the vision, not just business, but also on a personal level to begin to make some decisions concerning some people, places, and some things. And that's really what this retrograde is about. I want you to type the word retrograde. And when I say retrograde, I'm talking about the planet Mercury that is moving in the backward motion. And it happens about 3 or 4 times a year. And whenever it happens at different seasons. Right now, we're in Aquarius. So we're experiencing retrograde in Aquarius, which is very interesting and means a whole lot. So this introspection and this searching and this getting clarity and being in this seat and waiting for something big and information, all of this is what should be happening in this retrograde. And really looking at some key things that probably need to be addressed, earmarked, explained, and defined. The 2 hours prayer is going to be your key in unlocking all of these wisdoms, all of these sights, and this hearing that we're going to be living with all of 2022. It's going to take a sharp eye and a clear ear in order to manage this duality that we must be in the business of. Okay? All right, first things first. I have a question to ask you guys, and I want you to tell the truth in the chat. Don't tell no lie now. We family. They don't need a lie. They don't need a lie. There's 490 of you watching us, and I need the truth. Because I can't help you on no lie. You got to tell them the truth. All right. How many of you, and listen, everybody ain't going to want to do this because y'all scared, but we is behind a wall. I want you to write in the chat how much money you generated 2021. We're about to talk about the double. Thank you, Miss Chocolate Bunny, but hitting like when you're when a private video like this don't matter. All right, Val said 110,000. Robin said 39,000. Jermaine said 37,000. Miss Renee said, okay, Miss Renee is telling the truth. I'm not saying the rest of you won't tell the truth, but I'm inclined to believe she's telling the truth. Why? Because she got that. She know that number. And I love the fact, I didn't think there would be that many people that were going to know. Okay, great. Okay. I mean, y'all on the prayer line. So I'm talking to people that's on the prayer line. 12,000 less than 87,000 less than 55,000. Okay. All right. This is what I want you to do right now. I'm going to wait till everybody finish typing. Great. Okay, Tiberi. You're 19 days into January and you is slow. You 19. I know who this is too. I've been on the phone with you several times. So I think you're a high donor. So I've been on the phone with you several times. In fact, I call you actually on my list. You slow. Because I said this. So you're not qualified for the double, CJ, until you get your number. This is very honest. I don't know. It's very honest. Okay, 18K, y'all rounding. Denise knows exactly what she meant. I like that. Bree, Miss Chocolate said not million enough. Did you type what it is in there? I want you to get away from the shame of how much you make a year as opposed to these other people in here, because we are one. This is why when we do donations, you remember the first year and a half, it was like I was so bent on, no, don't do your offering until I call it. We need to do all at one time. Think back to when I first started doing that, how much you were making a year then versus now. That is a spiritual work. So any shame you got, I don't care if you made $5,000 last year. Type it in this chat. Get rid of the shame around money. You said I've done average, not knowledgeable enough. Okay, that's changing this year, but I want you to write the number. Really, this is coaching. Really, we're in a coaching session. I want you to write down, and then I want you to say it out of your mouth where you're at. Last year, I made. Now, don't lie. You got to tell the truth. If you don't know, if you ain't sat down with your accountant and done that, then you just ain't followed the prophetic word. You sowed your seed that Sunday, and then you went on about your business. You're like the man that behold his face in the glass, like the Bible say, and walk away and quickly forget what he saw. That's you there. I'm here today to rebuke you. I'm inclined to believe you telling the truth. I love it. You're all typing in there. I love it. Yes, I did, Sandra. I love it. He said, one of my coaches asked me to do this exercise, and this coach sitting right here told you to do the same thing. How you doing, Naita? Crystal Lockley, 8,580. You must be on something fixed. Let me say this to all of you that are on fixed incomes. You can generate money another way. You may not feel like getting back into the work you were in before. Tell yourself the truth. I'm talking to you, Crystal. You know what I'm saying? I think you was in nursing. Oh, I love nursing. I want to get back in nursing. Maybe you don't want to get back in nursing. You died. I'm prophesying to you that you were going to, I prophesied about your afterlife, and then you died 4 times, I think. That Crystal you left her over there north side. So what you got to do now is find out, what does Crystal in her new life want to do? Y'all know Crystal from Reading Things My Way, a lot little wife. What do I really have a passion for right now? and go after that. And the money gonna follow you. Okay, Brandy said she's still calculating. It took her 19 days to calculate. The January the 19th. I told y'all this a long time ago. Okay. All right. I like that you guys are writing it down. That's right. So whatever I'm eating looks delicious. Yeah. Oh, CJ, you were sick. Okay. Well, you well now. Hell. Get it. Get it. Come on. So I got the lowest number up here. You will not have the lowest number next year. You will not have, somebody prophesied that to her. You will not have the lowest number next year. No. No, you will not. Terry said, still checking. Someone said, disability, please don't look. So I want you to get rid of the shame around how much money you brought in 2021, or you're not going to be able to double it this year. And we are not receiving disability. If you're not 159 years old, disability, you're going to find another way. You're going to trump this system. You're going to find another way to create money and revenue. Yes, you shall. Still calculating. Okay. We've got millions upon millions you got to calculate. I'm on a 9 to 5. You want that? Yes. I want to know how. No, you have got to say it. You have got to say what. First of all, you need to know, what did you do? I don't know if you can calculate by looking through your account where the direct deposits hit or what. But everybody should be measuring. Measuring was a prophetic word 2020. We all should be measuring. I don't see none of my staff putting their numbers. Y'all working so hard, y'all didn't have time to calculate what y'all done last year. We 19 days in. We sowing about the double, prophesying about the double, the plurality, duality. And don't know what we did. Oh no, CJ, really? Well, thank God you're here. But then it's not everybody just one. Okay, Wanda. If you generated $0 last year, it should be because you did. What is going on with you? Something is wrong. I need for you, first of all, if you in a church, that church has failed you. Number two, you need to join Reformation Church of Atlanta. It's a cyber church, no matter where you're at. Email info@reformationinc.com. I don't even think this is the truth. See, this is why I want everybody to type in here, because you can't be telling no lies around no money. You can't. I love this. One of the high donors, Reformation Church member, last year said I generated, I'm going to give you, well, there's no shame here, $550,000, $175,000 more than I did the previous year in a pandemic. I want y'all to type in a pandemic. Oh my God. In a pandemic. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, the Cora. I want y'all to think about this. How many of you made more money in 21 than you did in 20? Or more money in 2020 than you did in 19? You didn't have a profit to sow into. You didn't have a vision to sow into. You were not on the wellness plan. You didn't have any of that going on. The pandemic for God's remnant is an angel of good fortune and double. I repeat, for God's remnant, the Korah, this pandemic, it's about your prosperity. It's the angel of the Lord for your double and for your good fortune. Who you were spiritually before the pandemic came and who you are now spiritually since the pandemic. Look, the pandemic was the angel of the Lord, the prophet of God in your life coming, the voice of the Lord in your life. And now you are better than you were before. For God's remnant, the pandemic is an angel of God's good fortune and an angel of the Lord's double portion. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? I have been increasing in multiple ways since I've been connected to the NBA network, and for that I'm grateful. To God be the glory. Most I've ever made in my life was in 2022. Girl, that's this year. You mean the first 19 days? Don't you make me get up and run around this White Hotel. Are you for real? Or you made a mistake? Oh, you made a mistake. You meant 2021. Okay, got you. All right, Vince. You better have me run right in here. All right, let's take off. You joined after the information about the stocks. Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you on fixed income? We're not having that in Patreon. Time to start your business. There's something you can do. You so good. Okay, Brandon Smith. Your church has failed you if you're in a church. This is the word of the Lord to your life. Join Reformation Church of Atlanta. This was your last year generating nothing. I don't believe it's the truth, but if it's close to that, we're going to help you with that. Made more during the pandemic. It's everywhere. The pandemic helped me discover my purpose. Okay, so let me tell you this. So from now on, when it comes to trouble, trial, pressure, calamity, we are going to find the sweet spot in the storm, like we did in this pandemic, and we're going to turn that thing that would bankrupt and destroy someone else. It's going to end up prospering us and our household. We have been given a masterclass by the Korah on how to take a terrible situation and it bring the best out in you. Are you hearing me tonight? Absolutely. Okay. Now, what? Somebody say your display comments are blurry. Okay, it's probably the internet here. What we are going to be focusing on in the first quarter of this year is this prophesied on Sunday windfall. I want y'all to write windfall. I want you typing 5G in here. We ain't talking about 5G right now. You probably one of them patients don't be on the prayer call or nothing. So Officer 2. Windfall. On the prayer line Sunday, God said, I want you to hear me now. God said, first quarter windfall. Now, this is where the 2 hours prayer going to come in at. Because for some of you, it's going to be a stock market move. For some of you, it's going to be a partnership. For some of you, it's going to be a series of contracts. But God said, first quarter 2022, the windfall of money is coming to your bank account. I'm not talking about tax refunds here. The windfall. Now, if you want on the prayer line Sunday, you missed this here. But this was prophesied Sunday. Saturday or Tuesday, I went to go sell my car that was in Charlotte. And Kendall, I drove my Maybach. Kendall drove that car. We pulled up to the lane. I know where I parked, and I always look around. Kendall got out the car he was driving, went to my car and found a $100 bill. That thing stayed in my mind. God is going to anoint our sight in the first quarter of 2022 to see where the prosperity is. He's going to zero us in on it. For some of us, it's going to be like what happened with Kendall. You're going to be working with somebody, and God is going to show you a way to maybe aid them, fix them, support them. And it's going to create for you a revenue and be so prosperous for you. God is going to show you your niche and give you something to do or to fix that is going to give you the windfall. I'm telling you, I know this like I know I'm sitting in this chair in all black. It is going to happen. Where is it? Type in the chat, God, show me where it is. God, show me where it is! Exclamation point. God, show me where it is. So this is why you cannot miss your prayer covenant. This is why you can't miss when we come live here in midweek and Sunday morning. Because something's going to be said that's probably going to be pointing you in the right direction. And when you hear prophetic chatter like this, it gets into your spirit. You may end up having a dream or impulse or urge or unction that comes from the spirit, and it's a direct result of what you have heard while we're together here like this. God is going to show you where that money is that you're leaving on the table. It is a position that you have not played. Although you have been increased in 2020 and 2021, there is an entire position, a strategy that you can implement that you have not done. That you, when you do it, it is going to be windfall. I'm telling you, I know this like I know my name. That's where the double, when the Lord said Sunday, double win. That's where it's coming from. I know it like I know my name. I said I know it like I know my name. It's coming. You gotta see where it is. Lord, show me where it is. Give me eyes. Type in there, Lord, give me eyes. Absolutely. Everything's in pairs and duality. I just got a direction from the Lord. When I said, Lord, give me eyes. All right. Okay. Now, how many of you in here resonated with the conversation we had on Sunday surrounding Joseph? If you have a dream, I want you to type in here, I am Joseph. Because I need to highlight something about him. I am Joseph. I see it. Okay. Now, I know you probably know the story of Joseph, but let me just highlight some key things. When I woke up for Sunday morning prayer on Sunday, I heard a word. And the word that I heard was, here comes the tempter. Played with that in my head, prepared myself for prayer, was talking to you guys, and certain things started rolling out my mouth. I'm listening to what the Spirit was saying. I was completely on a flow. Come and tell y'all what the truth is. I was dead asleep. Oh, that's one of the perks of being a prophet and having a strong prayer life. I could be somewhere asleep and my spirit is working. When I tell you I was knocked all the way out for them 2 hours on the line with y'all, it was straight up Holy Ghost. There won't no Larry nowhere in that. Larry was somewhere asleep. Because my sleep been thrown out. I didn't even really sleep last night. I got a headache right now. I didn't really sleep last night. That's why I'm telling Bishop to go over there and do. I said, I can't do all that. I'm be dizzy. I'm here one day. I cannot hang out all night. I was not out. Gone. Just prophesy. I was so sleeping. But the spirit was, I was 100. Whenever the reality is when I'm sleepy and like really tired, it's like my ability to hear is really clearer. But I couldn't get to sleep. I couldn't get rest in my body, none. My body was restless. I was trying to sleep. But I remember the Lord saying to me, I remember hearing in the spirit, here comes the tempter. So that was my gift doing what it do. And then the Lord danced me around there to Joseph. And I looked at some of the things that Joseph was faced with as a prophetic dreamer. One of the things that you are going to be faced with as the person who's dreaming about the double and good fortune and has the prophecy over their life for 2022. Some of you are going to have to deal with the reality that you're not going to have the support of probably those that you love the most. It could be your spouse. It could be your daddy. It can be your grandma. It can be your mom. It can be your sibling. But you're not going to have the support as it relates to the dream. Because listen, your dream being fulfilled means that you are going to surpass everybody that you know. And let me tell you something, you don't really know how people feel about you until you get more blessed than they. You really don't know what's the truth about your friendships until you get blessed. You really, really do not know who you are until you get blessed. Now, let me let that sit right there. I'm going to eat me something, but I want you to think about that. You really don't know who you are until you get blessed. Cheering. And this can go either way. Because with that power comes possibilities. When you take that power and those possibilities and be a blessing to others, create revenue for others, or will you go buy everything you always wanted to buy? Will you serve the vision of your prophet? You may have a vision you want to go ahead and own that whole block. Multi-million-dollar. Is it going to be at your fingertips? Are you going to remember your teruma? Remember your tithe? Remember your breakdown for the future and for giving to the stranger and to the widow and to the poor? Or are those allocations going to be so big of numbers? You're like, God, that's a lot of money I'm giving away. When you get blessed, that's when you realize who you are. What I found out about myself is that I wanted to be blessed to be a blessing. I didn't have myself at the top of the list. You know what I'm inclined to believe? That God blesses the person that wants to be a blessing to others. Do you want to be blessed so you can become comfortable? What is that? Comfort is a addiction. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh, help me tonight. Let me get some salad. Oh Jesus. Type it in there. Comfort is an addiction. Now, let me tell you something about comfort. What will make me comfortable, what will make Locklear comfortable, what will make you comfortable, different. If I was looking to Locklear life, probably what made Locklear comfortable was a log cabin house out there in the woods and mountain. A few $1 million in the bank. Crystal at the house to cook all he wanted to be cooked. Pull the hairs out his bumps every night. On very nice motorcycle, love the truck, a boat, and a field to go do a lot of hunting. Comfort. That's not a goal. That is comfort. Trying to addict you to the idea of not being ambitious. Ambition doesn't die until you die. Ambition doesn't stop dreaming. Ambition doesn't stop working. And many of you that are listening to me got the wrong idea when it comes to money and when it comes to success. You're looking for comfort. And you want to I just want to be comfortable. And this is why most people don't ever reach it. This is nothing but, this is a prophetic coaching class tonight, what it sounds like. Now, you do not want comfort. What you want is to fulfill your calling. Let me say that again. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. You don't want comfort. You want to fulfill your calling. Oh, it's a side note. Baby, what you saying, baby? You said, I want to tithes and pay Taruma like you? I don't understand. Hey. That's right. Right there and now. I want to fulfill my calling. That's what you want to live for. Fulfillment of the assignment. You're going to run away from the idea of comfort and getting comfortable, because that is a deception. You ain't good for nothing but dying. Okay. Is this helping anybody tonight? The person that has a desire to fulfill their calling and assignment, God is going to fund their dream. The person that wants to fulfill their calling, that person that's running after what they're born for, God is going to fund your dream. He's going to anoint your eye to show you where the money is. And windfall is going to be your testimony by May. It's going to be your testimony, the windfall. Hallelujah. 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 We're going to get some eyes tonight. Our eyes. We're getting eyes tonight. We're getting eyes tonight. The person that wants to fulfill their calling, God is going to fund their dream. The windfall is going to be your testimony. That's the word of the Lord. You must get into the prayer commitment. You've got to get into the prayer commitment. 2 hours a day. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, 4 times during the day, 15 minutes. And this is praying in the spirit. I mean, sometimes you may want to pray in your native language. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think when God had us praying at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., 8 minutes in tongues, he was really getting us postured for this prayer commitment for these 365 days. Your eyes are going to open. Sunday, what we did, we sowed a seed. And the name of that seed we sowed on Sunday was the Sight to See Prosperity Seed. If you did not participate in that seed right now in this moment, participate in it. That's the $202.20 seed. That's the year 202 decimal. That's the year written as a dollar amount. And begin to sow that seed right now. I'm not finished. I'm just letting do the seed sowing now. But I got to finish them and I got to call Bishop because we're going to talk to him. 202.20 seed. Now, if you did it, I want you to sow eyes. Now, if you take the number 8, and you turn it on the side, it's like binoculars. And I want you to sow 4 8s. 4 is the number of order. And I want you to name areas in your life, 4 areas that you need your eyes open in. 4 areas that you need your eyes open in. 88, 8, 8. $88.88. The sight to see. If you've done the 202.20, then tonight do the 88.88. But if you didn't do the 202.20, do that tonight and get on the list of 300. Because we need 300 people to participate with that. And we're about 100 people away from that. And we have 551 people in here. So we have the people in here. Everybody participate. This starts, those of you that said you made $0.00, call somebody right now, have them to cash app you to sow one of these seeds. You can't leave tonight without getting in this seed. With some of the stuff I said tonight, I don't even say publicly. It's on the master setting, but it rolled up out my lips as I ate this salad. And this is the way that you sow it. Through Cash App. If you want to do through Cash App, that's the $MBN Network. The moment you type it in there, you're going to see our emblem come up and the word, the MBN Network Corp. That's us. That is us. When you see that, that's us. Or you can do it through Venmo. $, @ MBN Network, or Zelle. Don't you leave, because I'm going to call my mentor and we don't know what's going to happen. Zelle, info@thembnnetwork.org. You can text the word give. What's going on? She got COVID. Text the word give, the 404-800-4530. Oh, I love that. Everybody start. Type four eyeballs. If you already sold your $202.20 seed to see in the year, do the $88.88 and then type your 4 eyeballs. 4 areas. 4 areas. That 202.2. Look, that's 4 twos. Is it 202? No, it's 3 twos. 3 twos. 2 sets of eyes. There you go. And another way that you can sow your seed, put your phone number with it so these prophets can call you. Because we know what this seed is. And so they're going to call you in that vein of this seed and give you the word of the Lord and pray with you. 404-800-4530. Or you can go to LarryReidLive.com and click donate. That's the PayPal way, and it's the quickest way. That's the way that we prefer as a business, because it doesn't give us any fees, as long as you process it for friends and family. Okay. I walked around here not eating. Okay, hold on. I love that. You know who you are, motorcycle chick. I love to see this. The double is here. We just got to see where it's at. This is still the same seed, baby. The same seed from Sunday. We're calling it the same thing. Sight to see. Kendall walked out that car and saw and I think I'd be looking for everything. And saw that $100. Although it was in my parking space, because he saw it, it belonged to him. Because God is going to show you the prosperity, it's going to belong to you. Even if it's the prosperity in another man's vineyard, they're going to give it to you because of your contribution. Because some of you are going to find this money in an organism or organization that's already booming and prospering, but something that you are going to contribute or do is going to cause them to be a blessing to you. God is going to anoint your eyes to be able to see. I'm telling you what I know to be the truth. That must have really hit. I keep seeing people type comfort is an addiction. Unless y'all are behind, that must really resonated with you. Because it is. It's an addiction. It's also a coping mechanism. People that have great fear desire comfort and security. Sunshine Abraham, if you did not sow the 202.20 seed on Sunday, sow that now. If you did, I want you to sow the $88.88, the eyeballs. 4 areas. Each 8, you turn it on the side, it's like 2 eyeballs, like binoculars. 4 areas, and name those 4 areas. You need to put this somewhere. Those 4 areas that you want God to give you sight in. You put up $100 bill last night? Wow. Okay, there's something to be said about that. Somebody asked, have we talked about Mercury in retrograde? I mentioned it lightly, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to get my bishop on the phone, and we're going to chat about that. I want you to stay right here. Yeah, you can fast forward the line to catch up. You can. What if you... I don't know what this question is coming from. You must be behind. So I'm not going to bring that question up. All right. Okay, let me see those of you that have sown already. Kendall, if they sold the 202.20, put them on the other list for the site to see seed. That's the different amount. All right. Rosetta, thank you for $88.88. Stephanie, thank you for $88.88. Ariel, thank you for $88.88. Make sure you name it. You turn that 8 on the side. Make sure you're naming the area that you want God to show you, the 4 areas that you are asking God's sight in. Montoya, thank you for $88.88. Antonia, $88.88. Carmen, $88.88. Nora, $88.88. Thank you. Melanie, thank you for your offering. Yolanda, for your offering. That means these are people who didn't have the $88.88. $18.88. I see $8.88. Yolanda, Brandy. You had to send it in twice, so you done something wrong. Look like Ashley, $88.88. Brandon, $88.88. I see it all coming in right now. Catherine, $88.88. Jermaine, $88.88. Alicia has joined the 300 with $202.20. Karen, thank you for $88.88. Make sure your name's in here so the prophets can call you. Tony, how are you? $88.88. Rhonda, hey Rhonda, you enjoying your new house? The house God built. $88.88. Lauren, $8.88. She put financial increase, so she don't want to miss another time when an offering is taken and she's not able to participate at the level she desires. Rachel, $88.88. Jerry, $88.88. Tiffins, hey Latrice, $88.88. Monica, $88.88. Oh Lord. Shwana, $88.88. Darnetta, $20.22. She couldn't do the $202.20. I'm thinking. Naita, $88. I'm enjoying your IG clips you putting up and where you talking. Good idea. Every time I stop to see what you're saying. Tina, $88.88. Brandy, $88. You didn't do the 88 cents, baby. That was the prophetic directive. You can't mess that up. Because see, I don't just make up the number. I get the number from spirit. And the prophecy is connected to that worship. If you had the $88, I'm inclined to believe you have the 88 cents. You just didn't follow through. Bethany, $88.88. Kiara, she joined the 300. $202.20. Let me tell you why I get happy about that. And the staff knows, because I had that vision about this thing between the staff and me and the vision. And every time we call for that 300, you guys, we never accomplished it until one right before the new year. They met the 300 right before the new year. And then we had New Year's service on the 31st. I'm telling you, it was like trying to take a head off of a wiggly snake. And so I know that every time we purpose in our heart to get 300 people to respond to a prophetic seed, I think we take another whack at whatever that thing was I seen in that vision that was hindering or hampering us. So thank you for joining that, Kiara, because you're helping us fulfill a prophetic mandate. Steph, thank you, has joined the 300. Thank you. I get nervous when we don't do it. I'm like, oh, what does this mean? Sandra, $88.88. Thank you. Akeem, $8.88. I mean, they didn't have it, but it's still standing in keeping with the prophetic word. Kendall, $88.88. Shanita, $88.88. Veronica, $88.88. Marteno, I know you got a pastor and spiritual father, but I look at you as my spiritual son. $88.88. And I know you can't tell everybody that. That's all right, You ain't got to tell everybody your business. Tara, $88.88. Shamako, $88.88. Craig, $88.88. Courtney has joined the 300. Take that, devil. $202.20. Erica have joined. It's Erica Applewhite. Have joined the 300. $202.22. All right. They're still coming in. I know I'm missing some of y'all. Okay, Krista Marshall was like, I can't do the $202.20 because it's too low. So I got to do the $402.20. Yeah, that's. Oh, so she joined the 300. So y'all make sure you put her on the 300 then. And Linda Green joined the 300. Thank you. $202.20. Thank you. Temple O'Brien, $88.88. Thank you for that. Elwanda have joined the 300. $202.20. Oh, I know the devil don't like this. Y'all know I'm good in churches, so yeah, I'm talking about the devil don't like it. Tony, $88.88. Tanda, $88.88. Magdalene, $88.88. I see you guys. I see what you're doing. Get in on this. I don't want you. I see what some of you said you made last year, so I understand if you're doing $38.88 or something like that. I get that. I get it. But don't you ever attend a prophetic moment like this when there's so much keys that have been given by the Spirit and you don't respond in worship with the seed. That is something that I hope you're never doing. Now, you can do that on them other folk. On them other folk you listen to, you ain't too sure about what they got going on. But the prophetic has been tried, measured here. So it's clear. This here, we receive the word of the Lord. And I can't really vouch for no other prophet for real, except my mentor. That's it. Me and him. That's it. I can't vouch for nobody else. Well, I take that back. I can vouch for my spiritual children that are prophets. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. You said she sent $202. Should have been $202.20. She said she forgot the 20 cents. Go ahead and do that. See if they let you process 20 cents so it can be in keeping. CJ Tabiri, that means you've done $88.88. I see them 4 sets of eyes. If you forgot to include your phone number, email donations@thembnnetwork.org. Screenshot your donation and then send your email address in that email. Yeah. You joined the 300 Webster 1911. Great. We're going to see it. I'm not seeing everything in this here. Now, tell me what was the most, as you're still sewing, but I want to hear what was in the coaching tonight. What were the things that really hit you? Then I'm going to call Bishop. Yes, L. Carter, $202.22. That means you joined the 300. Thank you. Comfort is the deception. Comfort is not the goal. Oh, wow. So that comfort thing really hit a lot of people. Montana, I'm glad to hear that. Because you know what? You know what that means. See, a coach is going to challenge you in many different areas. But one of the things I challenge people in is giving and in their finances. Now, anything you do, and this is a whole prophecy, anything you do and you're going to be pastoring, God is going to always foot the bill. Because you sowing the 1,000 a few times that I provoke the giver in you, nothing but givers are going to be attracted to the vision that God gave you. And it's not going to be as hard for you as it would be for somebody else. You're going to always have what you need to do what God has called you to do. God, one of the reasons God connected you to me is so that he can break that spirit of poverty off of you when it comes to the seed and when it comes to sowing. What happens when you keep sowing $200 or whatever we call, every once in a while be $1,000 seed or $2,022 seed? Do you know what that does? It changes your mind about money, and you start seeing $2,020.22. You don't see it the way everybody else see it. You start seeing it as a piece of a big thing that God is going to do and give to you. It totally changes your entire mind about money. That's what happened to me. I was on Bishop's platform today, and he was saying that people give, I think it was $2,022 and $200 something. I'm like, Jesus. I said, well, Lord, I can't give that and call that giving. You've been good to me. What do I give? And the Lord said, you can. The Lord said to me, he said, what you want to give? I said, I want to give that $2,022. I want to give it a couple of times. So the Lord said, well, stretch yourself and give more than that. I said, okay. And you think I'm worried about what's left in my account? I sure ain't. I nicely wrote that check. Well, one check. I done the text to give $10,000 before I even thought about it. I didn't think twice. It just came in. Okay, fine. That's one of the greatest gifts about giving. When in May of 2019, when I was standing at the altar and Bishop and them asked him, Bloom, asked for that $1,000 seed, I had $1,200 to my name. I'm so glad I gave that $1,000 because it broke something off my life and brought me into something. But I saw that $1,000 as a whole lot of money, and it was to me at the time, but now it's not. And that's because I've learned the power of giving and seed sowing, because that's two different things. Okay, I want everybody to type this. If you've already given, I want you to type this. If you haven't given, go ahead and accomplish that. And make sure if you're coming in here late, we asked everybody how much they made for 2021. We typed it in here to remove all of that fear, shame around money. El High, I love to see that. And I see what you're doing, El High. I saw your podcast. Don't stop that. He became one of the 300 today, this week, helping us. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. And you're going to be able to give, let me look. You're going to give a $10,000 seed, Cynthia. I'm looking at a 12. Now, what year is this? You're going to be able to give $10,000 by December. Money coming. Your want was a prayer that God is going to answer. Denise, you say you saw when I gave the $10,000 today that give God praise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good God, I don't know what's in this Sprite. It's like it got a burn in it. Terrence, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, some of you are behind. I can tell by your posting. You're a little behind. But that's all right. Some of you are still posting what you made last year. Cynthia, if I were you, I'd be somewhere running. And make sure that you sow that seed. Your eyes are going to open. You're going to see where the money is at. Where the 10,000 is going to be easy by December. Russell Thomas said, I'm late. What we doing tonight? You're going to have to go back and watch. You're going to miss a whole lot. Okay, now I'm going to call Bishop. I'm going to see if I can get Bishop on. He told me to call, send him the link after 9 o'clock. Let me see. I'll tell you the truth, I done ate. I feel like laying back. I need a pill or something for this headache. Okay, I just sent him the link. So as soon as he come in, we're gonna get started with that. All right. So right now you can ask me any question you want to ask. Those of you that are doing your seed, make sure that it is $MBN Network. Once you put that in there, you're gonna see the MBN Network Corp come up in our emblem. That's us. You also can do $MBN Network. Make sure you put your number with all of this, you guys. PayPal, go to LarryLive.com and click donate. Oh my God. He brought me a donut. Then what's that doing? Zelle info@thembnnetwork.org. And then our text to give. Text the word give to 404-800-4530. Make sure you put your phone number. Because listen, y'all, you gotta have the prophet to call. Because I'm saying the word, prophesying the word, you responding to the word with your seed. Then they're calling you and giving you another word and prophesying and speaking the word. What's it here? How many things is it? 200. So we'll see. Okay, good. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Was that hot? That was hot. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. What was I saying? Oh, okay. When you do your seed, make sure you put your name. I mean, not your name, your phone number there, because you need the prophets, because they're gonna come in the vein of this prophetic word. And let me tell you what could happen. What could happen is one of the prophets get a revelation when they're on the phone and tell you where the money is at. So if you forgot to add your number, email. Okay, she forgot her number. Okay, Sunshine, email donations@thembnnetwork.org. You gotta get them on the phone. Bishop said he'll be on in 15 minutes. So I got 15 minutes to answer any question that you bring, that you want to What's in that New York Krispy Kreme got the best on it. Oh my God. All right, let me look at your questions. Oh, these pants are so old. This is Giuseppe. They're joggers. You see the joggers? And it has the zipper all the way down. Oh, Jesus. All the way down the leg. Oh, Lord. Shoot. Must have got a cramp doing that. We would have done all this walking. We walked about 4 miles. What's up, Thomas? If you sold a seed Sunday of $202.20, your seed tonight was $88.88. Turn the 8 on the side. It's like binoculars eyes. 4 areas that God is going to give you sight to see prosperity in. You're going to find, after you sow the seed, you're going to find in those 4 areas, you're going to see a sight that you didn't have before that's going to allow you to get to some money. And that's the word of the Lord. Okay. All right. So happy working mom. That means this year you're going to do how much there now? This is what you got to do this year. 163, 3, 4, 5 times 2. You got to do $326,690 this year. Now, when you sow the seed, ask the Lord, where is that at? He's going to show it to you. If you sold the $202.20 Sunday, then you'll see the next $88.88. If you didn't, during the 202.20 is the seed. God showed me where my prosperity is seed in 2022. And your name going to 300. Send you what, baby? Oh. I love when people ask me questions that let me know that they were listening. Opening this is a can of worms. Um, but let me say this. Like pain, your perversion, your vice can be used to bring you into undiscovered, untapped awareness, potential, power, talent, creativity. You have to partner, and this is powerful. Just to give partnership. You have to make a decision to partner with the pain, with the perversion. But doing so means you never get rid of it. For some of us, we have no choice but to partner with the pain or the perversion because we went to God to remove it. And he said, my grace is sufficient. We went back to God to remove it. He said, it's the result of the talents that I've given you to help you balance your natural and your super. Now, if you know your scripture, you know I ain't doing nothing but talking about the conversation between Apostle Paul and God. Some folks' pain, some folks' perversion is the result of what has happened to them that was traumatic. Some people's perversion, some people's pain is the result of the power that is in their body that the body has to regulate like yin yang. And if you can sit in the right space in your spirit, you can drive both vehicles at the same time, no collision. And that's me putting it in a nutshell, but that really needs to be a week conversation, 2 hours every day, for us to get the clarity concerning that. When it's time to write the book, I'm gonna tell you how you're gonna know. Everything that you need. Zoe had been prophesying to me for 2 years about writing a book. I knew there was no way that I was gonna be able to write a book and also do what's on my life to do. 2021 and half of 2022. I said, okay, I noticed the word of the Lord, but I can't. It's not time. Almost every call, I see a book. I see a book. I see it too many times. Y'all done said it, but when it was time to do it, God sent me somebody that I've been working with now for 2 months to get these 2 books out in the first quarter. The looks are not deceiving, baby. I asked them to go get me 2 donuts. Max told them get me half a dozen, but I ain't gonna eat but 2. Okay, listen to Russell Thomas. Why is Russell Thomas sowing $1,088.88? That means, first of all, he came here asking what was the seed. That let me know that somebody been on the prayer line and they're in the prophetic exchange with this ministry. Then I tell him what the seed was. He looked at the $202.20. Okay, now that ain't no sacrifice because every time I give, it got to be prophetic of where I want to be, and it got to be a sacrifice of what I have right now. He looked at the 88 and said, I can't do that. But I like this 4 area thing about God giving me eyes, because the 8 you turn on the side, not only is it God's symbol of infinity, it's eyes. He said, I'm going to throw a 10 in front of it. That's a sacrifice for me, and it's prophetic where I want to go. Thank you, Russell Thomas. Michael, make sure you call him. Russell, I don't know what type of work you do, but Michael, find out what type of work he does. First of all, find out if he's in anybody's church. If not, get him enrolled in Reformation Church. Put him in your group. Find out what kind of work he does, and then come back and tell me so I can pass some information to him. Because I just saw you almost like networking, but you were going in between influential people and decision makers, movers and shakers. And I see an opportunity, a merger that's going to happen between you and another group that's going to cause you to spread and expand. And I would like to know what I'm seeing, how this places in whatever it is that you do, or called to do. So, Russell, make sure you got your number in that so we can get in that conversation with you. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you. Jack Black said, I'm making mouth water with that donut. I'm so sorry. I'm eating one more when I'm done for the night. Plus, I had Sprite. I saw it was the long thing about I can't interpret dreams. If you're on my list for the $2022 seed, whenever people have dreams, they tell me that then, and I interpret it all while I'm on the line. I pray with them, get the word of the Lord, they tell me the dreams, I interpret the dreams, and then I go to the next caller. So if you're on my list, just write it down and hold it. I'll be getting to you. Okay. Let me say this public. Cameron is accurate prophetically. Thank you. Thank you. Cameron's my only white son. Erica's my only white daughter that I have. I mean, so far. And he's been in my ministry since 17. That's no surprise to me. They're all well able and capable to minister to you. How do I figure out my number? I've answered this so many times. The reality is, if you get on the phone with me, I can point you to your number. I've been able to point people to their number or numbers successfully every time someone didn't know. I have to ask you a series of questions. And sometimes when I get into that series of questions, either I see a pattern or the spirit just tell me your number is. And then the person's like, oh, really? And start looking at it like, oh my God, the numbers everywhere and around them. Yeah. What should you do if you join a church and the leader you felt led to leaves? Follow the leader. That's what I would do. Because clearly, if you went to the church for leader, Bishop is in here now. All right. So everybody's already sold their seed. $202.20 to get on the list of the 300. And then the rest of you that did not do that on Sunday, you're doing an $88.88 seed. Okay, I'm about to bring my mentor up here to ask him a few questions. This is exclusive just for us. There are 512 of us that are in here now. So he's coming in right now. Hey, Bishop.
Bless you, Dr. Larry Reid. How are you doing?
I'm doing really, really well. And I'm not going to hold you long.
Dr. Reid, wait. You can hold me as long as you want. But Dr. Reid, this is what you should be coming back here for. We got North Carolina turkey wings, white rice, cabbage, homemade cornbread, and they also did homemade apple pie where he cut up the apples that we're getting ready to do.
I saw him doing that. I wonder what was he doing?
He was, and we have Pastor Flowers potato salad right here, and I'm right down the block from you. So if you choose to come back, I will save you a plate.
Okay. Bishop, first, before I start asking you questions, I first want to say, you guys, I totally surprised Bishop today.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, because the reality is I'm a little funny. I'm a little funny. Bishop always want everybody to come. And I could have came to Orlando, but he says, I don't know what it is. He said, oh, Larry, you should just come yesterday and just happen. I turned a lot and I said, okay, we're just going to fly. I was actually going to fly up last night and surprise you before you went to bed. But I decided to do it this morning.
That would have been a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even sleep last night really to come to get here to see you. And it was so good to do. I want you to know, Bishop, that I absolutely, positively love you. And you're extremely important to me. And I'm going to always be there. If I can, I am.
You know what? That love is more than felt. And I appreciate you. And you know, we got to really feel at home here because we sit here eating with partners.
It's patrons.
This is patron. Yeah, I mean, this is like family. And it's like, I'm imagining Jesus eat with his disciples. I wonder how many people have gotten a chance to eat with their preachers.
Oh, wow.
Or to eat with their leaders. How many people have actually seen their leader chew? Your leader don't love you unless you have set your feet under the table with your leader.
You know what? Now that's a whole nother conversation. I know a lot of these don't want to eat with none of the folk that they preach to.
Of course not, because you only eat with people you love. Jesus even had a love conversation at the table because John's head was on Jesus' breast. Notice the level of intimacy at the Lord's Supper. You got to ask yourself the question, all masters eat with their disciples. And there's a difference between disciples and followers. And I'll say this because we're in Patreon. When Reverend Ike did his homegoing, he had a private funeral, as you heard me share before. And he had a list of who was supposed to be at his funeral. The private one. So, as I've said before, you have a private funeral for those you claim, and you have a public ceremony for those that claim you. Everyone that claim us, we don't claim them.
I'm gonna tell you that's the truth. Could it be that those in Patreon are truly the people that are really connected to the LRL and MBN network platform?
Well, the Patreon is what you created. The Bible says something very interesting. He says, wherever your treasure is, that is where your heart is. So if a person does not give more than 10%, their heart is not with you.
Wow.
And it's important. Don't worry, saints, that's not COVID. Down my throat.
I pray to God it ain't. I'd have been there smiling up in your face.
So what When you give to a person, when your treasure is there, your heart is there.
Yeah.
So there's two kind of complainers. There's those that will complain in your ministry that gave nothing.
Mhm.
You don't even listen to them. But then there's those that give in your ministry and complain, like, I did my $1,000 seed and you haven't called me yet. And I've been waiting for my prophecy for a month.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to get to you. I'm backlogged. Okay, I just wanted you to know that I didn't get it. They call back again another month. You still didn't call me. Well, I've tried to get in touch with you, but the hours I'm calling, you're not there. Good. The third month, they still complain. Now, they haven't left. They're complaining.
Right.
They're complaining because they're stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
And they are letting you know what you're doing doesn't work for me. But I'm willing to work with you, but I'm going to keep complaining until you perfect this system,
Mm-hmm.
because I am supporting. Those are your stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones that let you know the things you need to shift in your infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and they will understand. So we listen for those individuals that are in our infrastructure that complains.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times people says, I am getting so many prophecies. I'm calling you. I've had enough prophecies. I feel bad. I'm ignoring the calls. I get that. You take the ones that you need. We're going to still have you on the list. Because one of the things that we do in this ministry, we over deliver. But you're getting enough prophecies that now buys me some time. I have about 2 months now. I can wait to call you, because you are not saying you're not getting the word of the Lord. You just wait for the word of the Lord from this personality.
Right.
And by the time I get to them, they says, you have the question? No, all the prophets answered everything that you said. And so I was busy training prophets in the background to create a system so it's not dependent on me only.
Right.
And I just wanted to say that because there are people that are in this ministry, you that are Patreon, you're the stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
You're making sure that the MBN network is flying, and said, is there anything I can do? And so the next thing a stakeholders does is see what's missing and see how they can get on the team.
Right. Exactly. Hold on for a minute. Bishop, I want to ask you a series of questions. Are you open to it?
I am open to it.
Hold on. Make sure those of you that sold, you put your phone number in it, because I have prophets. Shamako, Joshua, Cameron, Felicia. One of them are going to call you, and I promise you, you're going to be blessed by the prophetic word. Okay, a couple of questions, Bishop, while you eat. The first one is going to be concerning retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde once again. What are some of the things that we need to be doing with our businesses? We shouldn't be doing right now, because there are certain things we should not be doing right now during retrograde. Can you elaborate on that? I let everybody know that basically about 2 or 3 times a year, Mercury starts moving in a backward position, and it affects the Earth. So can you tell us what retrograde is and what we should be doing or not doing now that Mercury is in retrograde in Aquarius?
Very, very timely question. Forgive me for rating the questions. Because I went to Dale Carnegie School. They said you should never rate a question. You should never be out in public so a person says, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. Because now there's another question that's going to come, and you're not going to say that's a good question.
Right.
And automatically it says in their mind that my question was bad because I didn't get good question. Mercury being retrograde happens 3 times a year in general. This year is happening 4 times, which is very unusual.
Okay.
Which means that it will appear like the planet is traveling backwards. But what is happening, Mercury is in a backwards motion. Now, according to Western astrology, They says it's not a time to make any moves, time to do any business. They almost look at it as like it's a bad sign. In Eastern astrology, they says instead of being outward in your decision is supposed to be more reflective. And because it is reflective, it's supposed to be more internalized than demonstrated out here. Mm-hmm. So you should not be buying a car until after February 3rd. Mm-hmm. You should not be signing any contracts unless you want to buy a car again. If you want to buy a temporary car, this is good to get a temporary one because you're going to need to replace the one you got under Mercury retrograde. It's not going to work right. Mm. My guy went and brought a printer. He said, I had to take the printer back to the store. I said, I know. He said, why? I said, you know Mercury's retrograde. He said, oh my goodness. You have to work with the other printer that we got here down in Georgia, in Florida, but he couldn't get the printer to read the Wi-Fi. Mercury retrograde. So you're going to see foul up in transportation, anything that deals with communication, transportation. These are the things that Mercury rules. So you don't want to sign any papers right now. You don't want to sign no contracts. You don't want to start no new business right now. You don't want to start anything new unless you want to repeat it. If you got to do health things, now people say, well, then what if I got to do health things? Well, you can go ahead and do it if you have to, but you're doing it in mind that this is going to be repeated. So like, let's say you have a tooth problem. Someone went to the dentist today. Oh, wait a minute. Who went to the dentist today? There's somebody here in Patron that was in a dentist today. I'm getting something with dental. Mm-hmm. Is anyone responding?
They're responding. There's a little delay.
Okay, good. So someone went to the dentist today, and I would like for them to tell me what kind of dental work they had done.
Okay.
Larry, now I would not usually tell you to double back here for this, but you need to come back here for this.
Bishop, yes, you would, because we just like hanging out. But I'm going
no,
to. Who could this?
Yeah. Listen. Watch this. Legs, how's the meal?
Larry, you need to come back for this.
Larry, I ain't never tasted no turkey like this here before.
Bitch, I think it's good. I'll come again. I'll just come again.
Larry,
why should I get a place here?
Of course. Why would you even ask?
Would it be something for us in Manhattan?
Well, you see what we're building. You felt the spirit as we were walking down Madison Avenue. And watch this. And we haven't even walked down Fifth Avenue yet.
Oh, that's
and you felt the energy.
The vibration.
You felt the vibration. You felt the move of what can take place here. I saw it in your walk, because you wasn't walking like in a hurry to get out of here. You were walking like, I'm really picking up something like this. Tia, this is nothing like Atlanta. This is nothing like Miami. All of those are nice places, but you got to get in your car. You already knew here, I don't even need a vehicle because I can walk to everything. And then he says, wow, Starbucks is right across the street from you. Mediterranean restaurants around the corner, Chinese food, top of the line pizzas, bakeries that you can't even find. People have traveled from around the world to come to some of these restaurants. And all of these restaurants here has an A in their window because the Board of Health inspects them.
I saw it. I paid that attention.
Listen, you're not on the east side faking it. You're on the east side making it. And watch this. While other parts of the nation, the store shelves are empty, not over here.
Yeah,
you would not even know there's a pandemic going on. And everybody here got their mask on. These people do not play with their health. The best doctors are over here. Right down the block from us is Sloan Kettering Hospital. People travel from around the world to see the doctors in the zip code.
Bishop.
It's called high cotton. Okay, but that's
okay. So in retrograde right now to after February the 3rd.
Right, February 3rd. So you want to be very mindful about these kinds of. Did someone answer about the dental situation?
Yes, someone went to cleaning today. A group of kids went to cleaning today.
Good. So why good? So that was a good thing to do because guess what? You want to go back to have another cleaning. Right? That is something that's going to be a repeat action. So I don't want you to think that you don't do any action during that time. You do things that you want to repeat. But if I had to have a major surgery right now, if I can hold off until the 4th to have it, I would do it then, not now, because I don't want to go back under that knife for that again if I know it can be just a one-cut deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what was interesting. When we went and had me and Shamako went and done so let's say it's liposculpting. It went well for Shamako, but the woman mama died while I was on the table and she left and just left me there with holes in me for nothing. So, but then when I looked at it, it was retrograde. And so I ended up having to go back to get it done properly. And it's just a little cosmetic, but I do look good. But it's a little it's a little cosmetic, but it went right the second time. All right, next thing I want to ask you, Bishop, is COVID. Because we was having a conversation, and I think you already done told your partners, but we didn't have the conversation here. You was talking about Omicron. You said, Larry, an Omicron is concerning. It's so concerning. And I don't know if you told it to, I think you told your partners, but I wanted you to share that with my partners here.
Sure. So I want you to write down the word Omicron. Everybody write it down. And I want, Larry, this cornbread, oh my God. Just cornbread and the sauce that he put on the turkey.
He said he's gonna do it like Carolina.
This stuff will make you slap. You would slap somebody. It's wrist a slap. Okay. You look at the words. I want you to pull out the vowels, and what are the vowels you see in Omicron?
O-I-O.
My God. O-I-O. O's in numerology, the circle is like a glyph, or that's like a symbol, which means it keeps secrets. It holds information. COVID has one O, but out of all the variants, Omicron came with 2. Now, I haven't shared this in depth like I'm going to do now in Patreon.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying, oh, this is light. It's a light thing. I told people, this is not light. Do not play with Omicron because it holds secrets. So like, for instance, your name is Larry Reid. And your middle name?
Darnell, D-A-R-N-E-L.
D-A-R. So you have no O's in your name.
Right.
First, last, or middle. So you could be very transparent. You don't keep secrets. It would be a struggle for you to keep secret. But who around you do you have, or who do you know that have O's in their name?
Shamako, he can't hold water.
Shamako. He has one O. He has one O.
His son is the same way, Joshua.
Right. They have secrets.
Oh, yes.
They have secrets that they will go to when a person has an O in their name, they will take the secret to the grave.
Mm-hmm. They both are like that too.
Yeah. Like my first, and the name that was given to me by the bishop, that's why you always can hear me say, I'm clear, I'm getting clearer. I'm not going to hold nothing. I'm not going to hold it. But my last name, Jordan, has one O in it, and it has secrets. And the Jordan family has secrets in it, like we don't find out until almost funeral times who child belongs to who.
Yeah. Yeah, Shamako was like that, and Josh like that. They hold they can't hold they'll hold water, and another thing they'll do they'll bury stuff and like
Right.
themselves.
Now, if you get a person that has like my son-in-law has two O's in his last name, Cook, Cook. There's so many secrets that's coming out of that family. It's still coming out. He just met his birth mother.
Peacock, that's Kendall. They family the same way.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what we do in teaching mystery school. Now, you got a lot of people in here. So I can just hear a person and say, Brown, okay, you're carrying a secret. And your secret is between that BRO and WN. You're carrying some real internal deep secrets that you won't even take to go. So if a person wants to sleep around with someone and you don't want to get out, sleep around with a person with an O.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Oh, Lotley got an O. Oh, yeah. That's real. I just thought about
Oh, no. I done started something. Legs done walked around here saying, I got to get me an O. You know what?
But see, Lotley, he hold how he feel. He holds secret. Lotley holds it. Marco holds secret. Joshua holds secret. Kendall holds secret. Yeah, that is interesting. That is very true.
Mm-hmm. And start looking at your children's names.
Oh, Father, Zoe is like that.
You gonna hold that secret.
Whoa.
And you would have to really work with them because there could be a child that is getting molested.
That's what she did. She just told us this year.
See, here we go. And I don't mean to get see this stuff, and this is why we need to have schools of the prophets like you and I, like you're with us here in Home. But we can have closed door sessions where you can actually change a person's name and change their nature.
Yeah.
By changing a vowel in the name or changing the spelling of the name, says, you know what, I can't take this with you. I know we're gonna do. We're gonna have a birth certificate, or we're gonna because this is just not working for me.
Yeah.
Your name's gonna be Alice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing with Shamako's son. He just told him about molestation just 2 years ago. His was violent.
See, here we go. So now, because you start to know that when you're working with people, what you done found out, Larry?
Somebody come and said, get a hole with the O.
You know what? You know what? The Lord had mercy. Yeah, you know, and there's two guys that are sitting here listening to me right now that they're going to dump somebody and go with the one with the O. What? I know. I'm looking at it right now in the spirit.
Oh my God. Okay, so the word of the Lord is, or this is a feeling that Amari Kron should not be just looked at, or it's just simple. That it's hiding a secret.
It is going in your body. Now notice something. Omicron is not only a secret, but it is a secret weapon. Now, some of y'all may not like this, what I'm about to say. Omicron is the vaccine.
Wow. Oh, wait. Omicron is the vaccine.
I want you to Google Omicron, nature's vaccine. God sent Omicron to the earth.
Mm.
And tell me if anything comes out.
Oh, yeah, somebody's calling it nature's vaccine.
Yep, scientists are. Which
Mhm.
actually means, Larry, this here is the virus that everyone is going to get, who is going to pass through all of civilization. This is where I believe the death toll is going to take a toll because it's going to silently be racking up the numbers and collapse the system. And this will begin to become the end of the pandemic.
Mm.
Sometimes the end is worse than the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. So, Bishop, we're in the third wave. How many more waves do you think we have?
As many waves as it took to go up, it's going to take that many waves to go down.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So I'm being very cautious with the way I've said this because people kind of have my prophecies. They hope I miss it.
Right. I know. I know.
Right? The other people miss it. They don't say nothing. If I would have missed it, they would have created. People have missed it. People have said, COVID is over and shouted.
Oh, yes, they did.
And people went mute. Nobody said, what prophet, what, nobody raised no questions. They booked them for future revivals.
They did.
I don't understand it. If I had done it, it would have been entire discussions.
Yeah.
So there would be another strand coming after this, and it will start to move towards the decline. I still stick to that we're going to be finding, I'm not going to say it's going to be over.
Mhm.
I'm going to say we will start towards the end of this year, the beginning of next year, and I've said that from the beginning,
Mhm.
we're going to begin to find the new normal.
Yeah.
Because COVID's going to always be with us, like the measles, chickenpox. Virus do not come to the earth to leave; they come to the earth to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
It's going to be, and we may be walking around like China, where you're going to keep a mask in your purse for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Or certain times of the year, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say this. Every year, I might would get a cold or sniffles or something. Since COVID, I haven't had no colds at all,
Hmm.
except for the one time I had COVID. And I am starting now to realize that the mask has protected me from common colds, all those kinds of different things.
Yes.
And I am now considering taking on the mask as a way of life.
Hmm. That's what Michael Jackson did.
Yeah, he did do that. He
Pastor
has
Ben
to.
Pastor Benny Hinn said it will only be 5,000 deaths, and no one said anything when he was wrong.
You know, see, here we go. And they also said Trump was going into office. And they also,
Mm.
you know, Larry, but if you and I had said it,
Oh,
it
yes.
would have it would have made the Christian press, the Christian Post,
Absolutely. They've been waiting for that. I'm ready for that.
right? And they would say we were misleading people. Now, so the O in Omicron, O's hold secrets. I believe that the Omicron is going into the human body, finding the weaknesses. I believe the Omicron is the thinking part of the virus.
Hmm.
Now, I don't want you into conspiracy because when you look at the OIO, it also looks like computer information.
Mm-hmm.
0 and 1, 0, 1. Look at the glyphs.
Mm-hmm.
So it is internally checking everyone's operating system, what your respiratory system is like, what your reproduction system is like, what is your circulatory system is like. And wherever there is a weakness, it's throwing it in check. I told the people on my platform tonight, if you have sugar diabetes, if you're a diabetic, stay out of church.
Yes.
Sotomayor, Supreme Court Justice, will not go sit on the bench with the other judges because one of the judges refused to keep the mask on the entire time.
Yes.
And she announced, and the reason being is because she has diabetes. Now, that should tell you something, that if a person like this is in a high office, what is that saying to people? And African Americans have the highest number of diabetics than any other group of people in the earth. Is African Americans, Jews, and Indians, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
When I searched the data a few years ago. So if that is the case, we definitely need to be shutting down our houses of worship and saying, you stay home, we're going to minister to you, because you don't need to be out unless you're intentionally going in somewhere because you have an immune compromised system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we just saw the guy from, we didn't even know he had diabetes until he died. We saw the guy from Daystar. His wife and he was a diabetic. This is a man that was 63 years old, looked like the picture of health to me. He had enough money, multi-millionaire, not a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
He had a multi-million-dollar enterprise, and it was not enough money to save his life. Saints, please be mindful and be watchful.
The government has given us 4 COVID tests in our homes free. And then they're also sending some COVID tests to production so we can go to the store and we can buy them. Is COVID testing something that we all should be trying to move towards when it comes to our gatherings at our home? How important do you think that that's going to be as we coming through this third wave?
Well, the government is not giving these things out because they have nothing better to do.
Mm-hmm.
They probably have looked at the data and they don't want to alarm us, but they know the fallout of this thing is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And people are getting very comfortable, and they know that this has got to go through herd immunity, because all viruses that comes in place is everywhere. No one's going to be escaped from this.
Mm-hmm.
No one is going to escape from this.
Yeah.
People are like feeling lightheaded one moment and fainting the next. No one is escaping from this. And we're going to have to be prepared that, are you fit for COVID to visit your system for 10 days?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. The question is not, am I going to get it? The question is, when I get it, will I be prepared and have the sustainability to endure after it? So now we want to go back to the vitamin D3. Go get your vitamin D3 tested now.
Again,
yes.
I just
don't go on your numbers from a month ago, because that vitamin D3. This says when you get sick, there's an article. I think I sent you that article from that black doctor.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah, we need to put that in the chat room. He took his own money.
We text so much. That's so far back. Let me see if I can find it.
No. It's easy to find. Stephen, what's that? It's on Black Enterprise. Hold on. It's the Black. Hold on a minute. It's on Black Enterprise. Is Dr. Alicia Lola on? Oh, they're just sending it to me now.
Okay.
They just airdropped it to me. Now I'm gonna figure a way to get it to you. Lord help the 63-year-old man. Okay, I just sent it to you, Larry.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Do I need to send this to anybody else?
I can put it in the chat.
Okay. I want you to look at this here article.
Yeah. Oh, I think I posted the end Patreon back then,
Mm-hmm.
but I just posted it again. Retired
Now,
black
in this,
folk have a mission to educate how vitamin D3 can combat COVID-19.
yeah. Now, this here is an article that came out long after we've been discussing this, Larry.
Mhm.
But it would be good if Dr. Leslie Ray Matthew has devoted much of his life and spent 3.5 million of his own money to research to uncover the benefits of vitamin D3. So now you're going to ask the question, is this a pandemic plus a plandemic?
I 100%. I believe, Bishop, that there is definitely some planning in this pandemic. I don't know if the pandemic was planned to happen now or was it planned to happen later. But since it is already into play, I am 100% sure that there is stratagem now that has been applied in this pandemic because of how it's targeting the weak, and also the sick, the frail, and coloreds.
So, who is the most vitamin D3 deficient people on the earth?
Us.
Us. And he covers that in this, and that's because of the melanin in our skin.
Mhm.
So, if you notice, when you go to the doctor and you do blood work, you have to request a vitamin D3.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
used to do it for you for free with your blood work. Now they took that away from the test.
No, Bishop. It wasn't request. We had to beg. And to the point they said, okay, we're gonna do it. Then they came back to like, what about vitamin D3? Oh, we didn't do it. I need the vitamin D3 ran and had to do it a second time. So I went ahead
Yep.
and had it done while I was taking 10,000 units a day. I still was barely 62. So then I started doing more, and now I'm on injections. And so now that I've been doing injections for like 2 months, now I'm running my panel again. I should have it by next week and see what my numbers are now.
Hmm. Now I had gotten up to 80.
Mhm.
The doctor says, "Oh, your vitamin D is good." It was like 88. They says it's high enough. They says take it easy, slow down on it. I
Mhm.
stopped taking the vitamin D3 for 2 months. COVID.
Mhm.
Went to the doctor. I said, I need my vitamin D3 test now. She says, your numbers are going to be way off. I said, I want the vitamin D3 test now. I don't want to do your blood work. You're sick. Your numbers are going to be off. I says, do the blood work now.
Mhm.
When it came back, my vitamin D3 was at 43. The doctor said, how did it get this low?
Mhm.
She says, you was like all the way up in your 80s. I says, this is why I got COVID. I said, y'all told me to take it easy and it fell too low. I said, you won't have to worry about that no more after this. And so I take vitamin D shots. I go to my doctor's office and get 50,000 units once a month shot. If I'm flying overseas or going anywhere, I get 50,000 units shot. I says, I'm traveling, I'm gonna be in crowds.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be in a crowd, my vitamin D3, if I know a couple of weeks ahead, my vitamin D3 is all the way up. When I had COVID, one of my doctors came in. I thought he was gonna give me just a Myers cocktail. He came with a big horse needle. He said, bend over. I said, what are you doing, doctor? He says, I'm giving you 100,000 IUs.
Mhm.
The doctor says here, when you go into the hospital, Okay, in this article, we really should have somebody read through this whole thing. Please read this. They said if you want to hide anything, give it to black folks. Please
Mm.
read through this, everyone. But he says when you go to the hospital, they do not know why. It says from the moment you walk into the hospital, your vitamin D3 numbers drop down in half just because of stress.
Whoa. Lisa went to get her vitamin D3 checked, and hers was 27. So I want everybody in here, the last time you checked, put the number of your vitamin D3 the last time you went. That's so I can get a. Last time we done this, we had people that had 7, 10, 12. I want to see where you at now. Okay, I see 76, 80. This is way better. 89.6. This is great. This was not how it was last time. 46. That's low. 98.30. 93. Oh, that's good, Vincent. 67. 48. 101. Great. There's still some that's low. Irene, 67. You got to get that up. Rebecca, why you in the 40s? You got to get that up. Tanya in the 40s. Angie in the 60s. Marco, yours is 63? You're going to have to start getting that shot with me. Oh, 111. Okay. Okay. 19? 14.5?
Oh God.
Y'all gonna have to get the injection. 40, CJ. Now you know you gotta get that up. 42, 31. It was 9, but now you're at 75. Great, great. Okay.
Good. And
40.
I'm telling people to go and get their children vitamin D tests
Yeah.
because they're in schools and they're not going to shut the schools down in this pandemic.
Rebecca Rebecca says she's in the 40s, but she takes 25,000 a day. Okay, Rebecca, this is what you gotta do. Because my doctor told me this, Bishop. He said because I struggle to keep mine high, he said I have to go to injections. He said because my stomach acid is killing my absorption or something like that. So he said I'm taking 10,000, but I'm getting 20% of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they bypass the stomach and go straight into the bloodstream. So if that's your case, you're just gonna have to go into the shots. Okay. What do you say about the children, Bishop?
Your children. We have people that check their children. Vitamin D numbers was down in the 20s and the teens.
Wow.
And children vitamin D should be automatically up because they should be out running and playing in the sun. And you didn't hear children, growing up with low vitamin D3. Children today don't play outside.
Mm-hmm.
They sit in a dark room all day. They're not getting the vitamin D3 from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So what is happening? You have children that's going to school, and this next strand is really coming for your children and pregnant mothers.
Mm.
So we are now, because see, the first wave, the children was just going. I mean, children was having parties. It was barely getting COVID. I bet you they're not having parties now.
Yeah.
Because it's running rampant, and it's just going to be a matter of time. I think this thing escalates even further.
Mm. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to find out if I can get those of you that have a problem. I'm gonna work something out. I already talked to these two doctors. Part of the Reformation experience, when you come, you'll be able to get a vitamin D3 shot, and a little Botox and some other stuff. We're gonna have so many things going on this July the 15th, 16th, 17th. It's gonna be spectacular.
But what would be good if you can get a doctor that will get them the vitamin D shots where they can do it. My doctor sends us a package of vitamin D, 3 shots, and we give ourselves the shots.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I just text one doctor to ask could they if I gave them a list of names, could they send it to them? But they probably just send it to me and I have to send it out. That's probably how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Yes, Botox. So some of your forwards look a mess. Bishop, we gotta get your forward on. When you come down for my birthday, I'm gonna get your forward on. I have my doctor come over.
I don't want to be looking surprised.
No, your forward, not this part. Just this. Look at mine. You see how mine don't wrinkle up?
Yeah.
But I got
'Cause
all my. But look, bitch, I got all my expression and everything.
I looked at Joyce Myers the other day and got concerned.
Yeah, she like the Joker, but no, she don't need she don't but she also she got the frozen face. But my lines were so bad up here, so I got rid of them. But see, lift your hand, yeah, like that. Then get them out.
I get them out if I just get the saints out of my head. Let me see.
Well, you know that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Oh, listen, I get my teeth like yours in March, the last week of March.
You see that?
So we're gonna really look like twins then, cause I'm gonna have a pretty smile like yours.
You're gonna have there's gonna be money in the mouth of Dr. Reid. There's money in the mouth of the prophet.
Oh God. Yeah, so when you come on the 5th, I'm gonna have him to do it.
Yes, and I'm coming there to surprise Dr. Reid with a surprise of a lifetime. He's going to gag when I get through with him.
Okay. Okay, bitch, I'm going to bed. I just wanted you guys to be able to have a little time with my spiritual happy.
Larry, you going to bed now? We usually have our conversation about 1 o'clock in the morning.
But see, I didn't sleep last night, so I can get here and surprise you. And I got to get back to my house for 12, probably.
Oh, okay. You have to be back home by 12.
Mm-hmm. I got something I got to do.
Okay, well, listen, I really enjoyed you all day here today. I just love the fact you went through this place. You saw what was on the balcony.
That wraparound balcony.
Round balcony. You know, listen, Larry, 3 years ago, this was not a reality for neither one of us.
Yes. Yeah.
And if God can do it for us, he can do it for you if you practice. And I want to challenge everyone that's listening here today that if you want a new future in this year, I call it the year of the double. Dr. Reid called it the year of partnership. If you want double, if you want to partner with the key people in your life, I want you to go ahead and do a seed of this year of $2,022.22. I want you to look at it as the partnership seed. And what this is for God to bring not just my soulmates, but bring my destiny connectors. People that are connected to unlocking my destiny now, not later, but now. I am meeting people now that I says, you are a destiny connector. You belong in the future that's calling me. And we're connecting now. And if you, as you do the $2,022.22 seed, right? I am sending a signal to the heavens. Lord, send my retrieving angels, watch this, to retrieve every lost relationship or misunderstood angel. The Bible says many have entertained strangers, but many have entertained strangers, which were angels unaware. Hebrews chapter 13, verse number 2. Give me eyes to see the angel that is trapped in a stranger. This here $2,022.22 seed, I want the first person that says, count me in. I'm sowing it now. Just type that in. I feel like there's 22 people here that would say, count me in. This is not to get an offer
Mm,
although there would be an offer given. This is not to say I'm paying on something, although it could be applied to that. This is something saying I need the heavens to know I'm ready for a destiny connection, and I'm doing the $2,022.22 seed. That seed is here to not only set me free, but it's here to make me free.
mm,
That seed is doing no good by sitting in um, Bank of America. Definitely, you're not having a destiny connection out of Chase. Amen.
mm,
Neither Wachovia. Amen. Neither SunTrust. Wherever it is that you bank, Wells Fargo, you definitely are not meeting a destiny connector there. But let that money, that seed that you've been holding for a rainy day, why don't you sow that seed today? And I want you to start writing in your journal and let this be your prayer. Every day, I'm seeking out my destiny connectors through strangers that are walking my way. And watch this. There will be an unknown circumstance. It can show up as an unknown circumstance or an unknown situation. I walked into Fendi and I felt like I met a destiny connector.
yeah, yeah.
I turned around and felt, and how do you know when the destiny connectors show up? It feels like you've known them all your life. It feels like you've had a past life with them. And what do you mean? Like y'all had already met in heaven and said, we're going to play hide and seek. We're going to go both to earth and going to see if we can find each other. And after we met, Larry, you right there, you heard him say, he says,
Yeah.
I got green lit for a particular thing with the show. He says, I don't know why. He says, I'm sending you these pictures, but no one is supposed to have it. Only you have it. I lay my eyes on it. Then he tells me today, guess what? We've been green lit. And they picked the pictures, the ones that I showed you.
Yeah.
And this is a man that's making over $1 million a year. I says, how many people are working with you that you got to pay? He said, I pay no one. This is just money that comes to me. And he's Larry, you been? Am I blowing smoke?
No, you're not.
That's a destiny connector. These are people that are walking by you, but you're missing them because you refuse to release the twos. I want you to go ahead and do the $2,022.22 seed.
Hmm.
Just just go ahead and do it because why? Because God has given me the liquidity and I can do it. Because I believe that the word of the Lord in your mouth is sure. Because I know there are people running into my life and I don't even have words to know what to say, but I know I belong on a set or I belong in a scene somewhere, a destiny connect. I want you to do that seed and watch what happens.
Mm. And Bishop said that it wasn't towards something covered, but those of you that are doing the $2,022.22 seed, which is different than what we have been doing, you're going to also go on my list. So I'm going to be calling you as well. It will go towards what you are qualifying for um, as relates to the Reformation experience. I think it's extremely important for you to activate the partners and the connectors that you are supposed to be paired with in 2022 so that you can get into your double and your good fortune. The partnership is key as it relates to the double and the prophecy of good fortune.
And and as you're doing that, and how do we get that seed in, Dr. Reed?
The
How
way
do
that
they
the way that they do the $2,022 seed, you can do it through Cash App $ MBN Network, or you can do it through Venmo. That's the at symbol MBN Network. Or you can text it right now. Text the word give to 404 800 4530. That's 404 800 4530. You can also do Zelle. The email address for Zelle is info at the mbnnetwork.org. That's info at the mbnnetwork.org. And those of
so
you that
404 800, what is it?
4530. You text the word give there.
Give. Okay. And thank you. How much do you want to sow to the MBN network? And I'm going to put 20, 22, 22. You even feel something just by pressing all those zeros. The zero and all the twos.
Yeah.
And I want you to just get into the habit of the joy of giving.
Yeah.
The joy, watch this. Because what brings the miracle is not just the seed, it's the seed mixed with the mood of expectation.
Yes.
See, it's the mood. Like I just sold that $2,022.22 seed. I feel like there's someone on the other end of my. Let me say, I feel it so that I'm looking through. I just start looking through my text to see if all of a sudden someone contacted me.
Mm-hmm.
I look around at my instant message. I'm looking for strangers. I'm looking for people just walking into my life. Who's walking in my life? Why did you say hello? How are you? Do I know you? No, I don't think we've ever met. Wow, I feel a connection. So do I. What do you do? Oh my goodness. And this is and like I'm considering doing a reality show. When I met um, Brandon at the store, he says, "Oh, I do styling for reality shows." Really? I'm thinking about a reality show. Oh, Bishop, I've done several. And then I introduced him to Doctor. I says, I want you to introduce you to Doctor. He says, I know him. He calls him, he's so proper, Mr. Reid. And he's so respectful. I pray one day that you'll be able to have Brandon on the show. Well, listen, we just met. Listen, I just met, but I felt like I've known him my whole lifetime. And so, Larry, just to sit there and talk to people about styling.
Yeah, that would be great. I would love to have a fashion show on the show. That would be great. You did not know. You said something earlier, Bishop. Sunday and today we done seed for that we might have the eyes to see prosperity. Where is the prosperity? And you just came right back and said that. Where I wanted anybody catch that. And you came right back in and
And
mentioned.
can I also say that when you said that, my eyes opened up. The Bible says, "Give and it shall be given."
Mhm,
Good measures, pressed down, shaken together. We all know that. Running over.
mhm.
Shall who give into your bosom?
And
Men. And a lot of times we think it's God giving to us in our bosom. God raises up men. He raises up there's a man on the earth that is carrying your harvest.
yeah, yeah.
Now it's up to you to be able to say, I'm sowing the $2,022 seed and 22-cent seed because I know I am fishing for a man that's a partner,
Mm,
that's going to help me pull in this next boatload of success that God has promised me. For what purpose? For remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that gives you power to get wealth. Why? So you may establish the covenant. The reason God makes you wealthy is to establish the covenant. And I
mm,
must say, God enjoys prosperity by means of me.
yeah.
There's no other way for God to enjoy prosperity but through you. So guess
Mm.
what? He prospers you just to see what prosperity feels like.
Oh my God.
Psalms 35:27 says, "Let them shout for joy who favors my righteous cause."
Mm,
Um, Let them shout for who favors my righteous cause, who hath pleasure in the prosperity of his servants. God has pleasure in
mm,
my prosperity.
mm.
So I make no apologies about my prosperity.
Yeah.
Listen, I have been faking it so long until I made it. You know how long I wore a fake Rolex until a real one came?
You
You know how
said
long I carried fake Gucci's, fake stuff until I was able to make the real one because I needed it in my consciousness that I am that. And see, but the thing you got to watch out for is you got to keep living the principles so you don't become the fake,
Wow.
but you start to become the make.
Whoa.
Get
You
your
said
2000.
you said something. You said that you saw in the $22 seed. So you're fishing for a man. I had prophesied that partnership. Part of that word is the holy matrimony. And when
Mm,
you said that, there is someone watching us now, and I feel like it's more than one, and you're not made it. And the $2,022.22 seed is literally the man been fished.
yes. And guess what? It sends, listen, when you even add up all the Tuesday, I don't know what that comes to, but $2,022.22, you are getting the number 10, which means that you're getting the whole of who you are. 10 is a whole number.
Hmm.
10 is also the number for the tithe. Guess what? You're going to be numbered among the talented 10. And
Hmm.
in W.E. Du Bois' philosophy is that he believed that it would be the talented 10 that will lift the other 90% of the whole race. That, in other words, his philosophy, you don't have to ascribe to it, but his philosophy was that there's only one talented Negro out of every 10. You are going to be the cut above the fray.
Mhm.
You're going to be the person, you're going to watch this. When you're a destiny connector and you're destined for partnership and double, you're the one that people go to, look to as an authority. You're the one that people are reaching out. People are watching you to see what you're doing. You are in the talented 10, and then God is going to double your talent in this season. Sow that seed and watch what starts to show up in the boatload of harvest that's getting ready to come to you. It's almost like a breakthrough moment for those that would have dare, those that would even dare to fish for partnership.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
your ability to fish for the partnership is like, I got the nerve to be looking for a partner.
Mhm.
You know, I'm realizing that I can't lift this alone. Why? It's too many fish to catch. My net is going to break. So guess what? I need other people that got boatloads. And watch this. Now, this is mastery.
Mhm.
I need people that gift is greater than mine.
Yes.
And I'm not intimidated by the giftedness of their gift.
You always have to friend or partner your weakness.
Yes.
If you want to be above the fray, and you want to advance, if you want to come out of the disadvantage and come into the advantage, then you must begin to partner and friend your weakness.
Yes.
You have
And and watch this. You're now taking all of us, Larry. Look at what you created in your platform. It went from an entertaining platform to a life-changing platform. And
Mhm.
in some cases, a life-saving platform.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for this platform, who else would have told you about vitamin D3?
Yeah.
And how would your family be looking right now in terms of their own regimen? You'll be just like a duck sitting.
Yeah.
And what is COVID prophesying?
Mm.
Many don't know that the virus is prophesying. What is COVID prophesying? COVID is prophesying it's time to go home and shut your door.
Yeah.
Go to the healthcare. When
Yeah.
they tell you, says you got COVID, they tell you to go where? Home. COVID break out in the school, they send the children
Home.
home. COVID breaks out, church, they say we're going to do it home. COVID is the one that sent us back to home, to the origin of where teaching, training,
Yeah.
education, and worship was supposed to start from the center of the home.
Yeah. And it really sent us back to ourselves, getting back to the center of ourselves, getting back to our candle of the Lord,
Yes.
allowing Him to light it, building our altar, And this is why this one of the things we're partnering with in 2022 is prayer. 2 hours of prayer a day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, 4 other times a day for 15 minutes in tongues. And things are going to open up to us. And this is how we're going to get the strategy that's tied to the double and to the good fortune. I want everybody to type good fortune calls. I really want us to get in the mindset around this prophecy, everything we hear Bishop say, everything that we've been seeing here on the platform. And you guys, if you're listening, you're hearing Bishop going down our prayer calls and hitting certain things in this utterance. That if you're on the prayer call, it's a confirmation that he's on it. He's not on our prayer call. So he doesn't know. So this good fortune, I really want you to get in the mindset of good is going to come to you all year long.
Yes. Now watch this, Larry. This was from one of the prophetesses. I'm gonna read this real quick. Says, this person told me, says, I tested negative, but wound up getting sick. I was okay. I thought my lungs would be the greatest challenge, but my abdomen developed a hole that allowed the contents in the abdominal cavity. The doctors are doing surgery tonight. I says, keep me posted. Says, thank you. They did the surgery last night because I read the message a day later. I have a temporary colostomy bag. Pain is mild, but God is good. I said, awesome. She said, Your Grace, they are planning to get me out of bed today. This is the word she used. Omicron found an old underlying problem in my system.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see those O's?
Mm-hmm.
I had been diagnosed with diverticulitis. Omicron caused one of the bubbles on my left intestine to burst. Mm-hmm. My doctors are in awe because I'm not sicker than I am. No fever, and I'm recovering quickly, getting out of bed today. I said, thanks be to God. She says, indeed. She said, then she says, thanks so much. They couldn't get me out of the bed entirely, but definitely making progress. Hope to be out of the bed by the evening. They had me on an IV, morphine, and all the drugs that they had on. Then she came and says, blessing, Master Prophet. I just wanted you to know that the grace of our God is good. Gave me the strength and ability to get out of bed, walk to the bathroom. It's something when you get in the hospital, says you can thank God for a walk to the bathroom, something that you do naturally already, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sit in a chair for 3 hours today. I was reminded of a declaration you spoke over me on the night I led the ministry in 2003. Listen to this. You proclaimed that not one cancer cell will ever touch my body.
Wow.
I had to bring this to your remembrance because my surgeon expected to find cancer and gave me the report that they found nothing. Even the access was contained somehow. God had me surrounded by Christian nurses, as she goes on. And so she held on to a prophecy I gave her in 2003, left the ministry, came back during COVID, but still held on to a word that was given.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me, saints. These prophetic words we give, you may say, I sowed a seed of $2,022.22, and I spoke to the prophet, and all the prophet said was, there'll be no cancer. I don't even have cancer in your body. 20 years later,
Yeah.
we think we found cancer. That's when you have to reach back for that word that says, God, you said.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, did God say it, or did the seed provoke it?
Now that's the question.
Because see, you could have been left and never heard that word,
Yeah.
and you would have had nothing to hang on but singing one of Yolanda Adams' prayers that he's just a prayer away. But you see, you can have a word. And that she's telling me now that they're about to send her home. She's eating solid food again for the first time. And the protocols that people are taking in this hour, I want to say to you, consider yourself privileged to be on this platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's privilege. Consider
Yeah.
yourself privileged to be here.
Yeah.
Then also consider yourself privileged to be connected to a prophet, a true prophet, in Dr. Reid. Consider that to be privileged. And then also consider it's a privilege to worship here. Because most pastors would not know what to do with your $2,022.22 seed. A matter of fact, they wouldn't even give you a decent thank you. But
That's true.
here, you're sowing it with an intention and an expectation that partnership is headed my way. There's 22 people that need to get that seed into the ground right now. Watch this, without hesitation, unless you want your partners that's supposed to come to you hesitate to connect. Because remember, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Wow. Amazing. Bishop, thank you so much for opening up that opportunity. You said Yolanda Adams, and I looked down and she done text my phone.
Larry Dern Reid. This is Yolanda Adams. Happy New Year.
She done text.
I am
She
watching.
done text. Oh, she watching the show. Something's funny to her. So I think that, and then you weren't here for this. We opened up this entire conversation talking about how much of a privilege being here and went through all of the prophecies that have been fulfilled over the last 2 years. So every time we get with you, whether it's on the public platform or on the private platform, you just confirm the word of the Lord over and over and over. And I know some people have been here, so Larry, you just done, we all done gave, but Bishop is talking to 22 people that I wasn't talking to.
And watch this. And even if they gave, they should give again. Because suppose you treat your breath like that. You just breathed an hour ago. Breathe again. See, poor people save their money. Rich people bank it.
Yeah.
Saving is a poor man's game.
Yes.
Money is designed to be circulated. It's supposed to be always moving in a never-ending cycle. Your blood circulates, your breathing circulates, your digestive system better circulate. And see, the reproduction system circulates. Women have cycles. It's a circular thing. And see, when you take money and stop circulating it, practice holding your breath until you what that feels like. It creates discomfort. Most of us have discomfort in our finances is because we have a problem with circulating money. Reverend Ike forbid us to say the word spend money. He said, when you spend it, you end it. We don't spend money, we circulate money. Giving is a circulation process.
Every time I pay attention to you, you just added something he said, and I ain't never heard you add. You said you spend, not circulate. Now you say he said that when you spend it, you end it.
Yes.
Wow.
Because spend is to end it. That means it stops. But when I go to purchase, if I go here, I got on Versace today. My wife, no, this is not the one. But this is another outfit I got. I don't ever look at my money and says, I don't say that I went to spend this on the clothes. I circulated money on these garments. And because the consciousness of all my garments is, oh, he circulated, that garment keeps bringing back a return.
True.
Because it's in the cycle of circulation. And you know what? This might be the garment that my destiny connector just looks at and said, I don't know what I like that. It becomes a conversation that leads into what is it that you do? You know, I was looking for someone that does that. Do you know, boom, boom, a destiny connector. I'm telling you, some of you are going to be writing Dr. Reid with testimonies within 22 hours that you're going to say, my first destiny connector showed up.
Thank you, Jesus.
And guess what? I've been doing the $222 seed every day since the new year. And $222.22, $222.22. And I says, Father, I need another seed to challenge the people. And he says, no, stay with the twos. I says, why? He says, let them get used to circulating the double. I said, but some would say, well, I already gave it last week. Says they should give it as often. Why? Because they want the double to repeat, let them circulate. They'll begin to discover that it's a never-ending cycle of increase in enjoyment, that this starts doubling. Doubling. How would you like to get 2 checks in a day instead of getting just one?
Please.
Oh yeah, everybody, I will. Yeah, but you, in order to get that, you got to do 2 seeds in a day before you see 2 checks returned in a day. You got to do the seeding. In the South, they call it priming the pump.
Priming the pump. Yeah.
There's water in the well, but if you don't get the water, put that little cup of water in the well, it don't draw that water up out of the well. You got to start drawing up that double. Pull that double. Jesus says, if I be lifted up, I will draw all what?
Men
unto thee. We all know the song. Let me give you an esoteric. Esoteric means a hidden meaning or revelation. Let me give you the esoteric meaning of that. If I, the I am in you, be lifted up, I will draw all corresponding manifestations unto you.
Let the I am be lifted up in your consciousness. My God. Wow. Bishop, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. I mean, this is exclusive. This is what being a patron is all about. And we can't wait to have you on the panel in July. Oh, we got to schedule a date to come on the main platform too. Oh, but I'll call you about that.
All right. Wow, you're yawning, Larry. Wow, this is something. It's only 11:05.
I didn't sleep. I ain't slept since the day before yesterday. So that's what it is.
That's good. So you're in your calling. Well, listen, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for coming.
I wanted to come see you. That's what that was.
I know. Listen, I get it. I feel it. You know, you bring tears to my. You're helping me to forget all of my wayward sons. You are. You're helping me. I mean, listen, Larry. You know, but when you're in ministry for as long as I am, and you've been in ministry for a while, you experience so much betrayal.
Oh God, Jesus.
People that comes in your life and drop out of your life for whatever reason. And there's people that you have fed, people you clothed, people that you slept in your home, people that you've taken their houses out of foreclosures, you put them in cars, and then they betray you.
Yeah.
Bishop McKinley helped me with it a little bit. He says, Bishop, he says, you got to understand, as you as a leader, there will always be a love-hate relationship. I says, what you mean? He says, they will love you for what you do, but then hate you for who you are. And then to begin to find one person that appreciate and seek to create a moment. You know, I used to do those type of things for Archbishop Roy Brown. I used to just love watching tears come down his eyes because he just never expected that. and we make, and see, my next offering that was going to be to him, because there was the year he died, I had already had $250,000 put to the side that I was going to give him. And then next year I wanted to do 1 million all in one shot. And I remember when I would give the offering, he'd just sit there and bawl and cry. I would go to his house. I would just show up at his house at 1 o'clock in the morning because his wife had said to me one time, she says, you love your bishop, your father? I says, yes. She said, well, you have a funny way of showing it. You never show up and come to visit him. I said, Lady Paula, I says, I had gotten word that y'all like to be left alone and y'all didn't really want people in your home. She says, well, I'm just saying, you have a funny way of showing it. I said, you'll never have to worry about saying that to me ever again. I'll never forget standing in the hospital. I said, you'll never have to worry. I said, get Jonathan, it'll be 11 o'clock at night. I said, come on, Jonathan, we're going to go by Bishop's house. Aren't you going to call? We go there and I ring the doorbell. Ding, ding, ding. She'd be down in her night robe. Who is it? And see, his bedroom it was made out of the dining room area. So he hadn't seen upstairs for years because his legs was amputated. And she was saying, Bishop Jordan, it's 1 o'clock, it's 11 o'clock at night. And you would hear Bishop that was supposed to be found. Who is it, Paula? It's Archbishop Jordan. Let him in. And I used to love, and of course, this is just Patreon here. This is not public. I would just take money and just throw it on his bed and just watch him sit there. I said, count this, Bishop. This is all yours. I said, now make a promise to me. You will not use this for church or ministry or nothing.
Mhm.
And he would sit there and say, no, I said, Bishop, I don't want this to be used for payroll, staff. I want you to enjoy this. And he would sit there and count the money. I said, Paula, count it with him and make sure. And I would give them, I said, go take that up. And then Bishop would sit there and talk to me all night. I said, the big Bishop, please let me just go on home. And I realized it also with Bishop. Huh?
I said, oh, really?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something about a lot of elderly people. The same thing with Reverend Ike, is that as you get older, people fade away. When you're young, crowds walk with you. As you get older, they don't hang around with you because they want to go and you want to sit and they want to be with someone that goes. Reverend Ike would sit in the house for weeks and just nobody would come and visit him, no more than just his staff. The same thing with Archbishop Brown. There would be weeks that the presiders and leaders wouldn't even call him and talk to him on the phone and says, have you heard from so-and-so? And you hear that look on his face, and I would say, have they called you at all? Because they're carrying your legacy. Have they called? He'd sit there and just shake his head. He'd just sit there and say, you haven't spoken to them in a month or so? And then I would get on the phone. I would call them up late at night and says, call the Archbishop. They were so glad to get me out of there. It was a pleasure. You don't treat people like that. And, I have an affinity for old people, especially, I'm different. If I would have left my legacy and know that you were going to be the next heir apparent, and you didn't call me for a month, I said, you're too busy for my anointing. I would call a special service and says, I've had a change of mind. I'm transferring my mantle.
Right. Right.
But what can you say? And, look after the elderly, especially those that are anointed. And I've heard this from a lot of great men and women of God. You want to catch them. Oral Roberts was taking common people who were coming to visit him at the end of his life because he was just home sitting in a rocking chair.
Wow.
I know preachers that went there and, called them and said, I want to see Oral Roberts. They went there, for him to lay hands. They probably took $1,000 from him or whatever. But he was taking visitors. Now, in his other days, you couldn't have gotten them. But when you get old and frail, people just assume you're busy. And they're dealing there where nobody is hardly visiting them at all.
Wow.
That's a word of wisdom to somebody here that has a spiritual leader that you think does. And they're there knowing that their days are numbered, but they know that the saints really don't want to be around them. Okay.
All right, Bishop.
Well, God bless you. Love you all. Stay faithful to the man of God. And hold him up and cover him. And his birthday is coming next month. I'm going to find a way to talk with you without him listening.
Oh, Lord.
We're going to find a way so this man can be celebrated the way a prince of the church should be celebrated. Stay tuned. Shamako, are you there?
Marco is asleep. I guarantee.
He's asleep.
Yes. Oh, hold on. He just texted.
I know. See, he's not asleep. Shamako is he's like the adjutants of old. he's gonna. Even if he's asleep, he has one eye open.
You are exactly right. That's exactly how you do too.
I love you all, man. I love you. I'm looking forward to y'all in July, and the best is yet to come.
Okay. Bishop, I'm gonna have to call you about when to come on the main platform.
Sure.
So we got to do that too.
Loyalty means, write this down, I change my plans to meet the one that I am called to serve.
Oh, that is great. You know, I do that. That's the true test of loyalty.
Yes. And you got to always, with your team, put them through loyalty tests.
You know,
How willing
they passed that.
how willing are they to change their plans?
I can say, okay, you guys, I just had an idea. I'm going to da da da. And I'm taking everybody. We're having a meeting. Da da da. They'll change the plan. Everybody be there Friday.
See, but just team is very loyal. Your team is loyal. I just want to get your team ready for the next level of test.
Okay.
And see, that's the test where you disobey your mentor because you know there's a greater calling. Elijah kept saying to Elisha, stay here.
I get what you mean.
And he says, I will not.
That's right.
Because he saw something greater. And you got to know the difference between a test and a command. I need to know if you're strong enough to carry me to the other side. Hey, he's your shutter. I feel God in that. Woo. That's all right. Listen, I love you. I love you. As Mother Elsie Shaw would say, there's no end to this.
Oh, she will say that.
There's no end to this.
You seen that boy online, Bishop, that mock her? We trying to act like he got her anointing. I'm going to send you that and you're going to laugh. It is hilarious.
Yeah, Archbishop Brown used to have Mother Elsie Shaw and I minister together.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. She would be speaking in tongues and I'll be interpreting, and she prophesying, and it was she was I used to go with them to pick her up at the airport. She would sit there and say stuff like, she says, "Oh no, I don't stay in no inns, no Ramada inns, no Sheraton inns, no Red Roof Inn, nothing with an inn." She says, "I have to be in places that have sheets that has at least 400 counts." I said, I didn't even know Sheets had counts, that a minimum of 400 counts. Ritz-Carlton. She started naming the hotels. Mm-hmm. She said, you should not be eating at places and in diners where your silverware is just flying all over the place. It needs to have some weight to it. Mother Shaw was a classy woman. I've been in many places with her. We went to see Bishop Ithiel Jones' father, Bishop Ithiel. Who's Ithiel father? Clemens, Bishop Clemens. Mm-hmm. We went to the home of Bishop Clemens with Mother Shaw because she was ministering there. She says, "Oh no. Y'all don't sit on the chairs at the same level the bishop here is sitting at. You sit on the floor. It's a pleasure to sit at the feet of such a man." She was Bishop Brown and all of us were sitting on the floor with our legs crossed at the feet of Bishop Clemens before he died.
Wow.
Okay, let me go. Let me stop.
Bishop, you know we wake up at night because what happened, this is what normally happens. Bishop talk, I get sleepy, and then I'm going to sleep, and then Bishop says something like, what? Then we get a second wind, talk another hour and a half.
Yeah, no.
Then I get sleepy again.
Let me go, Larry. Bye. I can see where we go.
See y'all later.
Love you.
Oh, they're really getting to see how it go.